What's going to be the biggest story this week?
Well, I think the biggest story is about the quarter end. Everyone's looking to rebalance. But right now, look at that 10-year note. So they continue to buy these treasuries as we see the anxiety focusing on this trade tussle. I'm not going to call it a trade war, but this trade tussle continues to be front and center. And as President Trump is now talking about impairing some type of tariffs on the tech investment in China, we're taking to the next level. We're now in the second or third inning of this trade tussle, and that's what traders are looking at, and that's why option premiums this morning are getting a little more expensive as you saw the VIX go above 15.
Okay, why are you calling it a tussle when pretty much everybody else is calling it a war, or at least close to a war?
Well, because I think it's more about emotion right now. We haven't really seen if it's $50 billion, potentially $200 billion. That's not really going to affect it. But the sentiment, the emotional component, is really making a trade tussle. So we're going to wait. It's been tit for tat, Sully. Every time President Trump administration comes out with something, we wait for the Chinese government to come back with their reaction or their answer. So right now, this is a big deal. We've talked about this. He campaigned on the IP, protecting this and keeping the Chinese from raiding American IP. So that is where we are really focused this week. And if that rhetoric elevates, which I anticipate it will, that's where we're looking for the S&P 500 to dip about 3%. But I think all markets are reacting to this right now. Look at emerging markets. We saw a big move. Last 2 months, that very popular ETF, EEM, it's down 20% in assets. We've had $6 billion of outflows as people continue to try and digest this trade tussle. I'm not calling it a trade war yet, buddy.
So does that mean if you do believe that it will become more than a tussle, that you sell European or Asian stocks and you buy U.S. stocks? Could we, our market, actually be a winner if this escalates?
I think that's spot on, and we've seen every type of sell-off. Even this morning, we're seeing the futures down right now. Every type of sell-off we've seen has been met with buyers. But let's look bigger picture, 50,000-foot high. No matter what the event has been, if it's been Brexit, if it's been some type of big event, which this is leading up into, right? This is going to obviously get to some type of event where Chinese and American administration really have to have a resolution. But that type of event has been met with buyers, and I think continue to get met with buyers. However, that's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road until then, so utilize this sector rotation, this end of quarter, this rhetoric elevation as an opportunity to bring out your Christmas list. A little early for Christmas, Sully, but I like it here in Chicago.
Actually, we've got a Christmas reference coming up in about 1 minute's time here. Wrap it up with some ideas for us, though, Jeff, on this week. A lot of viewers out there, they're nervous, but they're cautiously kind of holding on right now. Is there any kind of trade that's starting to pique your interest?
Well, it is interesting, the international trade has been beat up all year, correct? If you look at some of these names over in Europe, and I think Europe is the winner in this Chinese-American trade tussle. So therefore, look at some of these international equities that you maybe have underexposure to, you're underweight in your portfolio. I think that is where there's going to be opportunity. However, we also look here domestically, this tech trade. Obviously, the NASDAQ won in 2017. It's winning again in 2018. I still think there's more room to run because people are continue to look for that yield.
The trade tussle. Jeff Kilburg says, keep calm right now.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.